Have you ever wondered how we know dinosaurs existed? Step back in time and explore the fascinating world of dinosaurs and fossils.
Hello, detectives! Get ready, because today we are cracking a case that is millions of years old. The mystery of the missing monsters. I really hope so, because we're going to need your help. We are about to go on a top-secret mission, back in time, way back, to a world filled with giant creatures. You are officially part of the team now. So, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to become a fossil detective. We're going to travel through time and figure out what happened to the dinosaurs and all the other amazing prehistoric animals that lived on our planet long, long ago. Okay, so how do you solve a mystery that's this old? Well, you've got to look for clues, and our number one clue is something called a fossil. Think about it like this. If you buried a treasure chest and someone dug it up a million years from now, that'd be like a time capsule, right? Well, that's exactly what fossils are. They're Earth's natural time capsules, holding stories from a world we've never even seen.
Whoa, okay, look at this. You can think of the Earth's layers like a secret diary written in rock. And if you look right here, see this part in the middle, the Mesozoic era? That's what we call the Age of Reptiles. That's when dinosaurs were the kings of the planet, millions and millions of years before any people were around.
All right, every good detective needs to know where to start looking for clues. So, where exactly are these ancient secrets hiding? You can't just flip over any old rock in your backyard and expect to find a dinosaur bone. See, fossils have a favorite hiding spot. It's a special kind of rock called sedimentary rock. This rock gets made when tiny bits of sand and mud and minerals all get layered up and squished together for millions of years. And if an animal or plant gets trapped in those layers, bingo, it can become a fossil. Now, two of the best kinds of sedimentary rock for our detective work are sandstone and shale. Sandstone is pretty much what it sounds like, ancient, hardened sand, maybe from an old beach or a desert. And shale, that's made from hardened mud. Both of them are just perfect hiding spots for fossils to get preserved, just waiting for us to find them.
So where do we find these special rocks? We look for something called an outcrop. Now that's kind of a fancy word, but all it means is a place where those old layers of rock are peeking out, where wind and rain have washed away all the newer dirt on top. It's almost like the Earth is opening up its diary for us to read a page.
No detective can solve a mystery without the right tools. So, before we head out into the field, we have to get our official detective toolkit ready for the hunt. Okay, team, let's pack our bags. First up, and this is super important, you need a field journal and a waterproof pen to write down everything you find. Then, you'll want some plastic bags to keep your fragile clues safe, a backpack to carry your amazing discoveries, and of course, water to keep your detective brain working at full power. And, if you want to get really serious, you can bring some small shovels, sifters, and safety goggles too.
The real-life head detectives of the fossil world? They're called paleontologists. And just look at how carefully they work. They use little tools like brushes and sifters because they have to be so gentle. These ancient clues are super delicate and could break really easily.
So here's our game plan. First, we find a promising spot, like one of those outcrops. Step 2, we dig very, very carefully. You can even use a sifter to shake through the loose dirt to find tiny fossils. When you find something, use a soft brush to gently clean it off. And then, the most important step of all, record it. Write down exactly where you found it. Maybe draw a picture of it in your journal. Okay, we've done it. We found a clue. This is the most exciting part. Now we have to be real detectives and figure out what it all means. Let's see what these ancient stories can tell us. Let's just imagine we find one single fossilized tooth. Just one. What kind of story could that possibly tell? Could it tell us about a giant monster? Let's find out. Whoa, check this thing out. This is not just any tooth. This tooth belonged to a megalodon. That was a gigantic prehistoric shark. I'm talking bigger than a school bus. And we know that just from finding its teeth. How cool is that? The shape of a tooth is a huge clue. If it's sharp and pointy, like that one, it belonged to a meat eater, what we call a carnivore. But if a tooth is flat and wide, it was probably used for grinding up plants, That means it belonged to a plant eater or a herbivore. The clues are right there in the shape.
You see, fossils are amazing storytellers. Teeth tell us what an animal ate. The size of a fossil, like a huge tooth or a giant leg bone, tells us how big the animal was. And get this, we can even find fossilized footprints, called trackways, that show us how these animals walked or even ran. It's absolutely incredible.
Now, before you get so excited that you rush out the door, hold on. Every great detective has to follow a code. And these are the most important rules of being a fossil hunter.
Okay, listen up, because this is super, super important. Rule number 1. Always ask a grown-up if it's okay to look for and collect fossils in the place you are. Some parks and lands are protected. And rule number 2, this is the big one, never, ever go fossil hunting by yourself. Always take a buddy or a grown-up with you. Safety first.
And one last thing to remember, being a great detective takes patience. A lot of it. Sometimes you'll look for a really long time and not find anything. But don't you dare give up, because the amazing discovery you might make is totally worth the wait.
So, the mission is now yours. The clues are out there, buried deep in the rocks, just waiting to tell their incredible stories. The only question left is, what ancient secrets will you uncover? Happy hunting, detectives!